Welcome back to Sports Talk with Jordan. We're doing NFL Hot Takes Part 6 featuring Jacob. This is the NFC North, starting from the best team in the division, the Green Bay Packers. What do you have to say about them, Jacob?
I like them. They got a good defense with Jari Alexander, Zadarius Smith. They got a great O-line, even though they got a solid O-line, even though they lost Corey Linsley, probably one of the best, easily a top 5 center in all of football. They have a great receiving core, a good tight end, and a good running back. I think you got to give Rodgers one more shot. I believe they have they have the 30th draft pick. You got to go a receiver. Whoever's on the board there. Rashad Bateman, Rondell Moore, you got to take a receiver.
What do you think about Devontae Adams?
Best receiver in football.
You really think so?
After what I saw last year with route running, just amazing catches, just shredding even good cornerbacks to bits. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in football.
So, I don't love Green Bay. I don't like a lot of teams. I like some teams. I don't like a lot of teams. So, I'm not a huge Rodgers fan. I think he was a bit overrated. He's getting older. I don't know. He may even be a better Jeopardy host than quarterback. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably a better quarterback than Jeopardy host at this point, obviously. I do see the Packers doing well in the future. They were they made it to the NFC Championship, if I'm not mistaken, and they lost to the unfortunate Super Bowl champions because I do not like the Buccaneers. And so I can see them having a record anywhere from as low as 11-6 to 14-3. I'm not sure though, but
I see 12-5 to 14-3, just short that range just a little bit.
All right, nice. Now for the Bears, and I know a lot of Bears fans are angry right now. So the Bears just got rid of Trubisky, who is a backup quarterback now for the Buffalo Bills behind Josh Allen. It's crazy that the Bears' main quarterback is now playing as a backup quarterback on the Buffalo Bills. But now they have Andy Dalton. The Bears have not been the best team over the past decade, maybe longer. So this year was pretty much a comeback year for them. Although they didn't do so well later in the season, I can see some improvement from them. What do you think?
They're a joke. Matt Nagy's a joke. The entire front office is a joke. I kind of thought it would be funny if on April Fool's they said, hey, screw Andy Dalton. He's bad. But they didn't. Why is Andy Dalton starting? I thought it was a good move to put the franchise tag on Allen Robinson. They have a great defense, and David Montgomery is going places. But with the lack of O-line and a quarterback like Andy Dalton, I can't see them touching the playoffs until they get even an average quarterback.
Yeah, I completely agree. I can see them going anywhere from as low as 5-12 to maybe 7-10. I don't see them making the playoffs like you. I don't see them with a winning record
I don't see
even.
them making the playoffs either. I got anywhere between 6-11 and 8-9. I would have thought that they could have maybe been a playoff team with Trubisky. But with Andy Dalton, no way.
I mean, Trubisky is the only player ever to win the MVP from Nickelodeon.
Of course.
That, I don't think anyone, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Rodgers, any quarterback has ever won it besides him, so you never know. And now for the bottom half of the division, we have the Minnesota Vikings, a team that's very complicated. So what's your opinion on this team, Jacob?
I really like the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins, I would even go to say that he's a top 10 quarterback.
Great.
His stats are great, and he's just disputed for no reason. I think Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson are easily a top 10, maybe even top 5 receiving core. They have a top top 10 running back in Dalvin Cook. A pretty average, mediocre to average O-line, but that's all right. And yeah, I mean, the defense is all right. Harrison Smith is getting older, and they lost Anthony Harris. So they're really getting burned in the secondary because of their lack of a cornerback.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But I don't know, because I think Kirk Cousins deserves to be on a better team. I do see the Vikings sneaking into the playoffs, though, because I don't think he's going to be traded this year, and I think he's going to have a great season. I think that just hit Kirk Cousins, Thielen, Jefferson, and Cook is just going to overpower them. I see them going anywhere from 9-8 to 11-6. I probably see them going 11-6 and sneaking into that 6 or 7 spot in the playoffs.
So what do you think held them back from the playoffs last year?
I think it was just, I don't know, they just didn't, they underperformed. Mike Zimmer, he's a good coach, but he didn't run it the right way last year. Like, we're going to talk about the Lions in a minute, but I'm going to reference something in a minute. But he didn't run it the right way last year, but I think if he just changes some of those strategies, I think the Vikings could have a lethal offense.
Completely agree. And now, as you mentioned before, we were talking about the last place team, probably one of the worst all-time teams in the NFL, the Detroit Lions, who did not do well this year, haven't done well in the past. I think the last time they actually did something well was in the 1950s, so that's around 70 years ago already. So, what do you think's holding them back? What do you think? What's your hot take? What's going on with the Lions in Detroit?
Well, I think they're holding their self back. I think they got rid of the 3 players that made them relevant in Marvin Jones, Matt Stafford, and Kenny Golladay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but Jared Goff, underrated, but he's not going to be good in Detroit. Because their coaching system is just awful. But a guy like Jared Goff was in a perfect system in LA. Had a good run game. Sean McVay's a great coach. Had good receivers and a great defense. Perfect system. He's not going to be able to do that in Detroit. All he has is TJ Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift. I do think that Jamar Chase is going to be on the board at 7, though. I do think Jamar Chase could really provide a good weapon for Jared Goff. But I see them going anywhere between 2-15 and 4-13. I can't see them being anywhere near the playoffs for at least 3 years.
So, I have higher expectations for Detroit. I don't see them near the wild card, the playoffs, anywhere farther. I see them a slightly bit higher. They have basically no hope. I guess they're trying to rebuild now. They've had some mismanagement, some bad trades, a bad history, but maybe Detroit isn't all doomed for sports, in football. And so I can see them ranging anywhere from 3-14 up to 5-12, but no farther than that. And with that being said, that's going to conclude part 6 of the hot takes for the NFL. This is the NFC North. Stay tuned for the next video, part 7. Bye.